Coming up on JetLife, Sheldon Rankin sits down and answers your questions for another edition of Twitter Talk. We preview Jets-Eagles, and I go on a 40-yard stroll with Shaq Lawson. That and much more coming right up.
And we welcome you to a new season of New York Jets football. Fires one up the seam, and he's got a connection. At the goal line, the push into the end zone. Yes, that's a Jet touchdown.
Welcome back inside the BetMGM studios for another edition of JetLife. And it is great to be back home. It's even better to be back with a win. The Jets played a close one last Sunday in Houston against the Texans. They ultimately pulled out the victory. And you know what that means? It's time for win cam.
Win cam! Yeah! Cool. Ha! Let's win. Win cam, baby. Let's go. You like that celebration? Let's win. Come on, turn up, dog. It's time to turn up. Bro, win. It's like you see right there. Hey, Victory Monday! Let's go!
Defense. Aside from two plays, y'all balled your asses off. Especially in that second half. Guys, on some sudden change opportunities, absolutely, that's the standard. All right, keep that standard and exceed that standard. You guys were awesome on offense. All right, the resilience to be able to come back from the slow start, still put up 21 points and put us in position to win all day today. It was freaking awesome. Yes, sir. All right, special teams. Special teams, guys, you guys played your asses off. Got a block punt, made some freaking plays, guys. All right. Last thing, guys. You guys got your choice, dealer's choice. All right. You got to get a lift Monday, Tuesday, but I'll see y'all freaking Wednesday.
Hey, dog. Like I said at the beginning of the week, bro. We needed this, bro. Yes, sir. We on a one game win streak, dog. Now we need to make it two, bro. One at a time. Enjoy this, bro. 24-hour rule, bro. Enjoy this, though, bro, because wins hard to come by, man.
Hey, real quick. When we beat Cincinnati, we was all happy because we worked up our ass off for it, and we all played ball together. You feel me? Yep. I want y'all to really, really feel what y'all felt today, man. I'm telling you, it feels invincible when we on the right mindset, the right path, and we playing for the same thing. You're invincible out there, man. That's how this is supposed to feel. So whatever you did this week, we got to do more. If you do the same, we're not getting better. We got to do more, bro. I love y'all boys. Keep working. Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
You know what? While we're enjoying this, we might as well just get right into it. It is time for Top Moment of the Week, and coming in at number 3, the Jets 1 sack away from a 6-pack. That's right, they had 5 total on the day. JFM had 2, and how about Quinnen Williams? He had a sack, and he also had the little celebration. I don't know what this is, but I liked it a lot. Somebody said it's Karate Kid. Somebody asked if Ralph Macchio did it correctly. I'm a fan of it, no matter what it is. But coming in at number 2, Austin Walter's first game as a Jet, his first NFL touchdown, happened to be in his home state. He had family in the stands. He actually had some fans in the stadium, working for the stadium. Great story from Walter. But coming in at number 1, I mentioned him earlier, no surprise here, John Franklin Myers, the tip, the interception, the return. I still got to ask him why he started running sideways. You got to go north and south. But regardless, it was a great play, almost similar to how the Jets won the Bengals game when Shaq Lawson had a very similar interception. But JFM, congratulations. You are the top moment of the week.
I'm Sheldon Rankins, and this is Jets Twitter Talk. Which Avenger would you be and why? That's a great question, actually. I'm usually called Batman, but it's usually because I walk around here like a normal guy, kind of old, moving slow, and then when I put the pads on, you know, saving lives one day at a time. You know, that type of thing. No big deal. Better sandwich, muffaletta or pork roll with egg and cheese? I honestly have to say I've never had either, so if somebody wants to drop one off for me, you know, one just drop, put my name on it. Clubhouse or the retreat? I know who that question's from. It's a Louisville thing. I wasn't there with the clubhouse, so I gotta say I'm impartial to the retreat. I've never ventured over to the clubhouse, so I gotta go with the retreat on that one. And he knows who he is, so like we can discuss that later. Favorite flavor of chip. Now, see, I'm a chip guy, big chip guy. I'm usually an Old Faithful guy. You know what I'm saying? Classic Lay's, barbecue Lay's. You know, can't go wrong with that. You know, nacho cheese Doritos, Cool Ranch. You know, the staples. Also, gotta throw in there chili cheese Fritos. Very underrated. Very underrated. Jordan or LeBron. King James, all day. The GOAT. We can have that discussion any day of the week. One just dropped. Y'all find me. We can have that. We can hash that out for sure. Love it. Thank you.
Welcome back to JetLife here in the BetMGM studios. Shout out to Sheldon Rankins for answering your question, but let's shift gears here. So you know how when sometimes you do an internet search for something and it finishes what you just might be thinking, or maybe it's just totally off when you get it wrong? Well, we got AVT, and he turned that into a segment. So check it out.
All right, what up, y'all? It's your boy AVT here, Elijah Barrett Tucker. And today we're going to be answering some questions off Google, I guess. So, first one. What's Elijah Barrett Tucker's Madden rating? I don't play Madden. I like to get away from football. So I don't got Madden on the PS5. Hopefully it's high. I don't know. How is Elijah Barrett Tucker today? Your boy is great. You know, we just got to practice. Good Wednesday, feeling good. Good vibes all the time. What does Elijah Barrett Tucker look like? I say when I was a kid, I swear on everything. People used to say I look like Chris Brown, C Breezy, so I like to say I still look like Chris Brown. I say with a clean shave and a nice haircut too. Is Elijah Barrett Tucker good? Heck yeah, I mean, I like to say I'm good. You know, I'm a humble man, but is Elijah Barrett Tucker married? Man, I'm soon to be married. Just proposed this off season, and the son of my fiance. So yeah, April. When is it coming? April 2023, the wedding. So make sure y'all tune in, man. You're waiting to be married, man. Yes, sir.
All right, you got to think fast because it's trivia time here on JetLife. So with that, which Jets wide receiver had 10 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown against the Eagles back in 2015? Don't go anywhere. We'll have the answer when we come back. Welcome back to JetLife here in the BetMGM studios. I hope you got a little late night snack, but you got to think fast because here's this week's trivia question. Which Jets wide receiver had 10 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown against the Eagles back in 2015? The answer, Brandon Marshall.
Handoff, Carter runs right. Goal line, hurdles in. That's a Jet touchdown.
I'm always so motivated just because I love football. Like, I love the game, and like I can't imagine like doing anything else. I've never had no real job. Like, I've never, like, you know, a lot of guys where I'm from, like, a lot of kids get the job at Publix and all that type of stuff. Like, get a little deli job or something. I never had that. I never had no job. I always played ball. You know, it was always that. Like, my parents were always like, well, yeah, I mean, you know, as long as you know, your grades are good, you play ball, you know, you just doing what you're supposed to do, and everything else will take care of itself. And I feel like up to this point, they haven't been wrong. So.
Michael.
What's up, Coach?
What's up, man? It's Coach Sala.
What's up, Coach?
Hey, congratulations.
But, you know, a lot of people don't really realize that all those feelings go away like when you get picked. It's like when I got picked, I was like, hey, man, let's go. Because I wanted to be here anyway. I wanted to be in New York anyway. And I really want to play for the Jets.
Appreciate it, Coach. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate you. You bring so much freaking juice. Be excited. We can't wait to get you here. You reach a pinnacle of your childhood dream, and that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. All right, thank you. All right. Who is a spot that wants to win? It's a new era, you know, like they want to win, and I hate being around people that like don't really like love the game like the way that I do, because I've never met a person that love the game more than me. I'm always one of them guys like, you got to show me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to show me that you love it. The guys on the staff, like, these are my type of guys, you know what I mean? Like, guys, football guys at the end of the day. it ultimately ended up being here, especially like after I seen the draft that it was going. Because everybody in their mom knew that they was about to draft Zach. Like everybody knew. So, hey, Zach kind of nice. So I was like, okay, well, they're gonna get a good quarterback, and then we can go from there. But then when they got AVT, I was like, bro, I gotta go to New York. And then day 2, when everybody in the world thought Elijah was gonna be gone, they found a way to get you more. And it's just like unbelievable with a draft. I love like where we can take this, because like when we win, I was just telling Elijah Mortis yesterday, like whenever we win games, it's like we turn up the biggest city in the world. When we win in New York, everybody's gonna have a good time tonight. Like, so it's really cool. I like it for a lot of reasons. I could probably go on all day. That's solid. That green, that didn't make him look like that. He don't look like that. That's crazy.
We saw it in top moments earlier this show. The defense was flying around, making plays all over the field, particularly 5 sacks on the day. And senior reporter Eric Allen breaks it all down on this week's Next Gen Stats.
The Jets' defensive line got back to dominance last Sunday in Houston, totaling 4 of the team's 5 sacks.
Fake the end around, throws the ball. It's tipped up in the air and picked off by John Franklin Myers.
In just 34 snaps, John Franklin Myers had 2 sacks and an interception. He was credited with 3 quarterback pressures and had an average get-off of 0.88 seconds. He sprinted close to 59 yards in the win and reached a max speed of 17.3 miles per hour. In 37 snaps, defensive tackle Quinnen Williams rushed the passer 24 times. He picked up his 6th sack of the season, tying Franklin Myers for the team lead. Williams had an average get-off of 1.02 seconds and finished with 4 tackles. Sprinting for 84 yards, Williams covered close to 498 yards in all and more than 12 yards per play. And while Quincy Williams, Quinn's older brother, doesn't play defensive line, he can get to the quarterback in a hurry as well. His sack of Tyrod Taylor was the Jets' 2nd fastest of the year. In fact, Quincy's sack of Ryan Tannehill was the Jets' 3rd fastest of the season. On the sack of Taylor, Williams reached a max speed of 17.3 miles per hour. Ronald Blair also registered his 1st sack with the Jets against Houston. Blair got home in just 3.7 seconds. Next up, the Jets' defensive line will try to keep the Eagles from soaring high at MetLife Stadium.
The Jets are back home at MetLife tomorrow, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, a familiar opponent considering these teams had joint practices in the summer. They also had a preseason game like they do every year, but a lot's changed since then in Philly. So with that, I caught up with team reporter Chris McPherson to preview tomorrow's matchup. All right, it's time for another opponent talk, joined by Eagles team reporter Chris McPherson. Chris, thanks for joining me. Long time no see.
No problem. Exactly. I was going to say those summer practices, the joint practices during training camp certainly helped this week. So familiar foe, to say the least. So glad to connect with you guys again.
All right, well, let's start right there. What's changed for the Eagles, both on offense and defense, since the last time the Jets saw the Eagles here in Florham Park?
It's been quite a while, but I'll start with on offense, focusing on the offensive line and the run game. The Eagles have the #1 rushing attack in the NFL, and a big reason are the bodies up front. They have been the linchpin for this rushing attack, and the Eagles have been relying on that heavily over the last month. Defensively, Jonathan Gannon, first-year defensive coordinator, has been a lot more aggressive, using that defensive line, anchored by Fletcher Cox at defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, who's having a Pro Bowl season also in the interior of the line. They are getting after the opposing quarterbacks, are going to try to wear down Zach Wilson, much like they were doing during those joint practices back in the summer.
At running back in particular, though, can you talk about the split there between guys like Miles Sanders and Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell?
I think it's each guy has a unique skill set. Miles Sanders is an explosive, big play back who can churn out 10, 20-yard explosive runs at any moment. Boston Scott is a tough, smallish running back, but he's a guy who's real tough in between the tackles. He gets downhill. He's no nonsense. He's one of those glue guys that you want in that locker room. And Kenny Gainwell, the rookie out of Memphis, he's a guy who could catch the ball out of the backfield. He could be utilized in the pass game and in the run game, and he's been utilized as a red zone weapon throughout his rookie campaign. So you add in Hurts to the mix. It's really just a wide variety of skill sets. Each of the running backs, and I'll add in Hurts there with his unique abilities there, each bringing something a little bit different to the table.
Obviously a highly touted player coming out of college. A lot was made out of his weight. And so I'm just curious, what have you seen from Devontae Smith, let's say from the last time the Jets saw him here in Florham Park? What kinds of strides has he made, and what has his season been like so far for the Eagles?
So he is a tremendously gifted route runner. So smooth, so electric that he is not a burner. He's not a track star on the field, but because of his route running, he's able to get separation and make quick cuts to keep defenders off track. He's very good with his hands. He's been able to catch pretty much anything his way. Okay, you mentioned the height and the weight, but he is tough as nails. He will block you. He'll be physical in that element. He's not about the glitz or the glamour you might think of wide receivers in the past. He's a guy who's all business here, and I think he epitomizes what the city wants in his football players, and has been a tremendous asset in the passing game, and has been a go-to weapon really since week 1 of the season.
C-Mac, appreciate the time and hope to see you soon. Great stuff from C-Mac as always. And to wrap up this show, we've been talking about the D-line in Top Moment and Next Gen. Let's finish there with the 40-yard stroll with Shaq Lawson. All right, we got another 40-yard stroll. We're going down to the D-line. This guy's almost completed AFC East bingo. We're walking to him. We'll see who we get. We'll see what happens. What's going on? Another 40-yard stroll. Ethan, Shaq Lawson, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start. So before Clemson, you were in the military academy?
Yes,
what
sir.
was that like?
Oh man, it was bad, but it put me, it had me ready for the next level, like all the learning how to be structured and things like that. So when I got to college, it was so smooth transition over. So it was great for my beneficiary. It made me better.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you like to do for fun?
Man, I like to do for fun. I like to fish. I got a hunting a couple years ago with a couple of my teammates I played with before.
So you're an outdoorsman?
Yeah, I'm outdoor. When the sun's out.
Not like this.
Yeah,
obviously.
not this.
No. So you live in Miami in the off season. You go fishing in Miami a lot?
Oh yeah, I go deep sea fishing. You know,
Yeah.
I try some couple deep sea fishing. I like to be on the boats out there. You know.
Yeah. Oh, how could you not?
Yeah, get a tan. You know, even though I don't need one, but I still soak up a tan a little bit.
Okay, I dig it. So your biggest catch was what in terms of fishing? Like, is there a time that stands out? A fish that stands out? And do you like fish? Like, do you like to eat fish?
Yeah, I like to eat fish. You know, I'm a guy that like to clean them and
Nice.
you
Give
know,
it a little
cooking
fillet.
up.
Yeah.
My biggest, I caught a catfish was big one time, but I can't really consider I caught it though, cause I had it, you know, and then you know when you got to take the hook off of it, it ended up falling off. So I ended up getting a nice picture of it and everything. You know,
it's got to go on the gram, right?
Yes, sir.
If it doesn't go on the gram, is it real?
Nah, it's not real.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So you like fish, you like to hunt a little bit, but you know that's more of a northeastern thing, isn't it? Like you got your northeast hunting, your down south fishing.
Yeah. More
Okay.
northeast, yeah.
So on the football field, your first sack in your career against Tom Brady?
Yes, it was crazy. I really busted the play. Like I was supposed to be dropping out of number 2, and I end up blitzing, got a sack. I'm thinking the coach is gonna be happy for me. Rex Ryan was my coach at the time. He was mad the next day, you busted the play. I'm thinking in my head, coach, I just sacked the goal.
So obviously that play stands out to you. Did it hit you immediately? Like okay, that just happened, or you were so zoned in? At what point did it?
See, I was thinking about my dance after, but I think we was getting beat like 31-10, so I couldn't get a sack and start dancing to look bad in front of the team. So after that, then it really sucked out. Like, wait, I just sacked the goal. The next week after, I had end up getting Russell Wilson on Monday Night Football. So I'm like, okay, this first two sacks of the league.
You're like, this NFL thing. I think I belong. I can do this.
Yes, sir.
All right. So shout out to Quick Draw. Tell me about an epic win in your life.
Epic win in my life was, I feel like the day when I got drafted, 2015-16. And I think that's the same day 5 years ago, my dad had got killed in a car accident. So that was a big win for me, knowing that day I lost my dad on a tragic thing like that. And then 5 years later, I ended up getting drafted. So that was the biggest win in my life so far.
Can't beat that. And that was another 40-yard stroll presented by the New Jersey Lottery. Shaq, appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have on this week's episode of Jet Life. It's officially December. The holidays are right around the corner, and we will see you next week.